What is up, JDA?
Oh, you got bad echo.
Hold on, my headphones. There we go. Perfect.
All right. Okay, perfect. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me take off the overlay. It's been like a minute since I've used StreamYard, but it's way more convenient for everything.
I like StreamYard.
Yeah, hold on. Let me take this off. I was listening to Froggy Fresh Basement. That shit's great.
What is it?
Oh, it's actually I'm gonna play it really quick, okay? It's like 4 minutes. I normally just play some music before we go live anyway, so hold on 1 second. You'll probably like this.
Just another boring day where nothing changes, everything was normal till you came running up my street, and you ran so fast I was taken by the flash. Then you came and brought me here, you locked me in your basement, and you told me you loved me, and I said I loved you too, and it happened all so fast, I was taken by the flash. Cause Flash, I know you know that you're the fastest man I know. Whenever you're away from me, my whole world moves so slow. The only thing I have now are the memories that pass. If I'd have known this day would be all I have. Taken by the flash. My mother and my father, they both warned me when they said you were unstable. But your jawline and your brown eyes, they were more than I could take. And it happened all so fast, I was taken by the flash. Now we both gone missing and we're kissing till the police come to find us. Is it wrong that I like it and I don't wanna go back home? And it happened all so fast, I was taken by the flash. Cause Flash, I know you know that you're the fastest man I know. Whenever you're away from me, my whole world moves so slow. The only thing I have now are the memories that pass. If I'd have known this day would be all now. Taken by the flash. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home, just keep me here, just keep me wanting. Ezra, no, don't take me home.
All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to take care of something really quick. But yeah, no, I figured that was a perfect song to start off with the DC stuff. Actually, I don't know where we should begin because
It brought a tear to my eye.
You liked it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was beautiful.
Yeah, Froggy Fresh is amazing.
Beautiful, like my avatar. Yeah.
No, not at all. Oh God, that avatar. Why? Hold on.
I figured I had to. I'm on your show. You know, it just seemed like a appropriate thing to do. Oh.
Hi, everybody. This is E&B Investigations today. We're going to be talking about how terrible Comicsgate is, and how, you know.
Books.
Oh, did you see how Eric July is handling his comic books?
Absolutely terrible.
He handles that like I handle my cocaine, messing and stopping all over my ass.
God, well, nobody listens to that show. So the answer to how many people listen, how do people listen to that is nobody does. But Ethan actually EFAP'd it earlier, and it was pretty fucking funny. Oh my god!
Well, the Mark Brooks thing, I was like, oh goodness.
What?
I saw that.
What,
I was like,
what is that guy thinking?
Bro, he went on to a live stream with a homeless woman and a coke addict.
Yes.
I don't know what to fucking say, man. hey, look, you have the Comicsgate campaigns, you're taking off, successful. You got Eric July with his like $3 million ISIM campaign, and then you have industry professional Mark Brooks on a fucking live stream with a coke addict, a homeless woman that's completely not monetized.
This is Disney, family-friendly entertainment, friends.
It's fucking comical. It really is. I'm like, bro, that's like the saddest fucking thing possible.
It'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic. No, what the heck? I'll laugh anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel right now. Exactly.
Oh man, there's a lot of that tonight though, because we have what's going on at WarnerBros. David Zaslav going in and just chopping up all these projects. And it's funny because a couple of the people I talked to, there's like one show that I see a lot of people bringing up and mentioning that they're all upset got canceled. And to my understanding, it seems like it was a decent cartoon, but I'm like, bro, there's like 50 other fucking projects. There's the fucking Ellen DeGeneres fucking cartoon shit that I'm like, this got nothing to do with her being gay. It's about her abusing her fucking employees, right? Like, why would you honor that bitch with a fucking show? Like, why would you do that for somebody that abused their employees, including, I guess she's got allegations that she also like sexually abused them too. I'm like, bro, man, why would you give her a children's show? It's like the Weinstein. Can you imagine Lil Weinstein?
Lil Weinstein, I like that. Yeah, what a good concept. You should pitch it to Netflix.
Fucking hell. Actually, that should be. Oh God, you really want Comicsgate to be a hate campaign? Get someone to write the Lil Weinstein comic.
How about we could do Lil Keffels too?
Oh, Lil Weinstein and Lil Keffels like have a little crossover event.
Gosh, it's the Troon CU universe. You know,
I was having a joke with someone, a couple days back, and we're like, we need to, we can do like a Philly-based superhero, and his like whole thing will just be eating Philly cheesecakes and standing against substitute food replacements. So it's like you'll have an issue where he gets poisoned because he was fed a Beyond cheesesteak. You have another one where he gets a power up when he puts jalapenos on his cheesesteak.
It's pretty good.
All right,
sounds like Vito in real life. I don't know.
No. This hero doesn't touch children. Anyways, we gotta talk about Keffels, the Warner Bros. Thing. But I saw probably like the funniest fucking review for the Rings of Power from Daily Mail. Have you seen this?
No. Show it to me.
Oh God. Fucking ripped it apart, and it's hilarious. Here, let me get it pulled up. I had another Daily Mail article ready, and it's sad and depressing, and we're going to save talking about that one for later. Daily Mail. Yeah, here. Yeah, let's have it ready. So this guy gives it like a 1-star review, and I'm like, it doesn't like this is Daily Mail. It's not batting into comics. It's not one of those websites they can normally point to and say that they're just hating on them. Although I guess they do that with Daily Mail too. They'll do it with anybody who writes them a bad review. But I just thought this was funny because this guy doesn't like review. He hasn't been doing a bunch of articles about Rings of Power. So he got sent in to review it and just gave it a 1-star. Turkey is not the word. No turkey, however bloated and stupid, could ever be big enough to convey the mesmerizing awfulness of Amazon's billion-dollar token epic. Bro, he fucking shredded it.
Pretty good start. Pretty good start. Wait, so people have already started to see episodes of this? Is what's happening now?
Yeah, so the embargo for reviews has been released.
Okay.
So what's going on is like the early reviews and shit like that. That's all. That's all been out there for a while.
How come they didn't send it to me? What's going on?
Because they knew you were going to say.
Oh.
Well, I mean, because the early reviews get it first, right? And they're early access, so they're always going to like fucking give these people positive fucking reviews. You can't trust any of it,
right?
And Lofty, right? Fucking he'll come out, he'll talk about the show and say, give it a chance. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm gonna wait for like the first non-early access reviews to come out, like the non-shill sites to start doing it. And this is like one of the first ones, and it's just like it ripped it apart harder than I think is like possible for Daily Mail to do. This is a disaster dragon plucked, spatchcocked, with a tanker load of Paxo stuffed up its fundament, roasted and served with soggy sprouts. The Lord of the Rings Rings of Power Amazon Prime is so staggeringly bad, and it's hilarious. Everything about it is ill-judged to a spectacular extreme. The cliche-laden script, the dire acting, the leaden pace, the sheer inconsistency and confusion as it lurches between styles. Where do we start? Normally they'll try to start off like say something like a little positive, and I like nothing. This guy did not praise anything in this review. Let's start
savaged. Wow.
Dude. Let's start with the budget, $1 billion. Let that sink in. 1,000 million bucks, about 860 million euros. Such a colossal investment, even for Amazon. The industry rumor says the brand is gambling its entire future as a film production company. Actually, I've heard a couple people saying that, and I don't know how much I buy that if this show fails, Amazon's going to get out of making TV shows and films. But I mean, if it bombs, I think it's an excuse to like cancel a bunch of projects.
Yeah, definitely is. And, I see with the Warner Brothers going the way it is, Amazon is a evil, cutthroat, profit motive company more than like, almost anybody else, right? To the point where they'll even like take over whole distribution networks just to slit the throats of the distributors who are making the products available for Amazon to begin with. So given that, like, I do definitely see a Zaslav times a million coming to Amazon, which sounds fun.
Well, who was the I don't know her name, and it doesn't even matter. But the black actress that they basically paraded around in every single fucking interview to tell you about how important diversity. Yeah, right. And to my understanding, she's barely in the fucking show.
Yeah, it was supposed to be just a background, like sort of B or C character. Pretty funny.
Yeah. But they paraded her around like this big essential piece of the show when she's completely fucking irrelevant. They've made the entire pitch for this thing all diversity, right? And it seems like it's fucking terrible. Actually, where is it? Because he mentions that fucking Galadriel scene. You've seen the one where she like jumps up into the air, and it looks really fucking bad.
Yes, I've seen that. Mm-hmm.
Well, so apparently, here it goes. Galadriel cartwheels and whirls her enchanted sword before dispatching the giant fiend with a bloodless blow. It's highly stylized like a Japanese manga cartoon. An episode later, the healer and her son fight an orc, and this time the violence is as brutal as anything in Game of Thrones. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like what's that show that got like a TVMA rating, and it was like, God, I think it was like a cartoon too, but it had like an MA rating to it, and it was PG the entire time.
I don't know.
Oh God, it was that Crunchyroll shit. That fucking the High Guardian Spice crap. It's like it's not at all geared towards an adult in any way, shape, or form, but it got a TVMA rating on it. And then this show here, if you watch that Galadriel scene, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. But then, like an episode later, you're gonna have like this brutal fucking fight with an orc, and they're just gonna like what, mutilate it. That's a weird fucking tone to have in this show.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it sounds like they're just trying to go full Buffy the Vampire Slayer like they do in every fucking show. It's just annoying.
You think they're gonna do a Buffy thing with this?
I mean, if she's jumping around and cartwheeling and shit, I mean, that's what it sounds like, right?
I remember. Yeah.
And watch, she'll have the quirky humor, and
You tell a woman that you can't do this. Well, guess what? I can.
it's gonna be that shit, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm so sick of it. Blah.
I mean, they've said her character is a fucking activist, and I'm like,
ugh.
Why? Like, who wants a fucking who likes activists like in the first place? Like as a general thing, who the fuck cares about activists?
Nobody at all.
Okay, I figure this is probably the best way to transition to the fucking Keffels.
Speaking of transitioning.
All right. Let's see, because I got so many here, like random shit pulled up. Because like with the Keffels stuff, everybody's blocked by Keffels, and I'm not pulling up a fucking alternate. Having one Twitter account is too much. Having multiple so I can follow fucking Keffels when she blocks me. Like, I'm not doing that shit. So I was like, right before we went live, I was like, oh, let's just pull up some of these good ones, right? The I'm gonna transgender your children, try to stop me, bitch.
Yes.
That's clearly a joke.
Ha ha. That's a funny one.
This one's my favorite joke, though. The
Yes.
one where she told, hey, my followers in Ukraine, there's this server that's hosted by Vladimir Putin supporters.
That's amazing.
Dude, here's the thing. The top part, you could probably get away with. When I was saying do your thing, I meant call them and send them letters to this fucking place that's in a war zone. But then she goes down and says, they've expressed warm sentiments to Vladimir Putin, and the site has many Putin supporters on it. I would let them know this. It's like, bitch, come on. You're going to a fucking nation at fucking war with Russia and telling him the server is hosted by his supporters.
These people are so fucking delusional because they just sit here on Twitter all day and do this shit, and they just do not conceptualize the real world whatsoever, is what it comes down to.
Well, when it comes down to it, I think the thing with Keffels is, you just keep rewarding this person for their bad behavior, and they've only gotten increased profits off of said bad behavior. At a certain point, they have no reason not to be a psychopath. I mean, I have no clue how they were before all of this. I imagine just as fucking deranged, but realistically, they have no reason to ever improve. They're only rewarded for bad behavior.
That's true. And actually, a lot of the internet is. That's kind of how the internet works, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, what was it? She was, I don't know what YouTube, how strict they'll be with me on the misgendering stuff. But, when it comes down to it, you reward this person all the fucking time when they break the rules. And you see the behavior gets escalated and escalates and escalates to the point where she's calling for this shit. And it's weird to me because they talk about doxing and everything. Then you have her doing shit like this. I don't have the one tweet pulled up where, actually, no, it was the fucking Twitter video where she says that, if you replied in her chat, she's got your IP logged and she's going to go after people that were shit talking her. I'm like, this really quickly went from I'm doxing the doxers, the people that doxed me, to I'm going to dox anyone who talks shit about me super fucking quick. And her audience was like, slay queen. I'm like, what the fuck? What? Like, that's all it takes now, right? You just have to say a mean word to this bitch, and her audience will fully support her doxing you. That's
crazy.
Oh my god. Well, and this thing too, like where it's the thing where they like get like right up to the fucking line with this crap, but she went way over it. What a cute family.
It's really funny because
lose her job. Like
her whole complaint of the KiwiFarms is allegedly that, you know, they're doing terrible things on the KiwiFarms and doxing people and the like, and then she's doing terrible things on Twitter and doxing people and the like. It's like, okay, people really buy into this.
And the thing is, like, yeah, I felt bad for her when she got doxxed. You know, no one deserves that. No one deserves the fucking police showing up their place when they haven't. Well, let me rephrase. You do deserve the police showing up at your place for some of the things that you've done, but you didn't deserve the police showing up at your place because somebody sent out a bunch of death threats to politicians in your fucking name. And the story behind that is even wilder because I guess the cops showed up with a search warrant, so it's not even a swatting.
Right. It wasn't. And so that's, it's kind of interesting, but you know, regardless, I mean, I guess, you know, that stuff's not good, but
no, it's wrong what happened, right? Like, you know, if you want to fuck with Keffels, there are easier ways to do it. Just say Lucas, and her head will spin in like two. But you know, you don't need to go through the fucking calling the cops and people. I think that can be like insanely dangerous. Here's the thing: the cops clearly, I think, thought it was fake because they got a search warrant. They didn't show up and break down Keffels' door. Like she claimed that they burst into her place and pointed a gun at her face. They had a fucking search warrant. And apparently she got arrested because she was saying fucking threats. So I'm like, what do you want me to say?
Keffels makes a lot of threats, a lot of creepy threats. Like, you really can't tell the difference. Yeah.
I mean, like, what do I call, what would you call this, right? Telling people like, oh, what a family. Hope she doesn't lose her job. Or telling your followers, hey, my Ukrainian followers, you know that nation you're at war with? that server that I want taken down is run by their supporters. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, go F with them as part of your war, right? Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, plus, like, the posting on Twitter that she's going to be doxing people, too. You know, I get Twitter doesn't really give a shit because, I mean, Keffels has been banned off Twitter, like 4 or 5 times and is instantly
always
unbanned.
Back. Yeah, same thing with Patrick S. Tomlinson. I don't know where these idiot, crazy lol cows get their contacts with Twitter. Because, like, you know, I mean, it took me a year of like, I would go in and just hit that button to appeal over and over and over again for a year. And finally it popped. Like, I'd never talked to a person. It was totally an algorithm that didn't let me through and then did let me through. And it's like, what the hell?
So this is how I've been told it works from people that work in kind of the tech areas. So I used to be in San Francisco in the Silicon Valley region. And we would get plenty of those people coming in.
I know exactly where you were from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was a little bit further away from them, but well, anyways, so to my understanding is you have a lot of mixture within these businesses, right? And like most of these people, LinkedIn profiles are interchanged within the companies. So most of the employees that work over at YouTube will have connections with the employees that work over at Twitter, right? We're not talking about like high level, big name people. We're talking about the fucking gremlings that sort of run this shit. So their ideology is all the fucking same. It's insane. It's
which is weird because, like,
fucking left.
I actually know some people that work at Twitter, like, but I guess they're not in these departments. Like, I guess the people who get into these departments are the activists, right? But the people I know that work at Twitter
these are
just
your
like
low-level employees. These are not.
Yeah,
these are not like
true.
high-level. These are the people that HR fucking loves, right?
Yeah. The people I know are Indian, and Indians just do not care about anything like
No,
this.
they don't. They don't fucking give a shit.
No.
But that's the thing. Those are engineers, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's the type of people I know because that's who I like to hang out with because they're logical, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. To my understanding, though, this is kind of funny. They don't like They don't like what do you call it? First generation Indians, the ones that are born here. They don't like them when they come into the tech field because they spout the same bullshit. But those are the ones that also get moved up pretty quick. If you fall in line with the ideology of the company, you move up in the company pretty easily. But at the same time, these low-level employees, they when Keffel says she's going to have a protest in October, those are the people that show up. They will. It's in San Francisco, for fuck's sakes. So the idea
Beautiful San Francisco.
The idea is if she has connections with somebody that works over at Twitch, I don't think it's that hard for her to get a connection with someone that works over at Twitter. Like, I just realistically, it's you just need somebody who knows somebody else, and we're talking about the low-level employees that there are tons of.
Interesting.
That's how I've been told. Like, these people operate. They're on the ground. They believe the exact same things as each other, and the ones that don't just keep their mouth shut and nod.
That's kind of how it goes. Yeah. Yeah, I knew a guy in a tech company, and he's like the same thing. He's just like, I can't say anything because I can't rock the boat and lose my $250,000 a year job in stock options. Like, wow, it's just not worth it. And it's just like that's how they get normal people. I mean, normal people just don't want to lose that, and they have something to lose. And it's too bad. Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw this comment. Legend says if you drink a White Claw and stand in front of a mirror saying Lucas, Lucas, Lucas between chugs of White Claw, Keffels appears in the mirror and eats your hard drive.
Yes.
Wait, okay, I got to read this Cloudflare statement because it's fucking great. But I guess what they wanted Cloudflare to do wasn't remove it. They wanted Cloudflare to just take down the protection so that they could DDoS the shit out of KiwiFarms.
Oh, interesting.
I'm like, God damn, dude. Like, why would you just admit to that? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? So avoiding an abuse of power. Some argue that we should terminate these services to content we find reprehensible so that others can launch attacks to knock it offline. That is the equivalent argument in the physical world that the fire department shouldn't respond to fires in the homes of people who do not possess sufficient moral character. Both in the physical world and online, that is a dangerous precedent, and one that is over the long term most likely to disproportionately harm vulnerable and marginalized communities. Today, more than 20% of the web uses Cloudflare security services. When considering our policies, we need to be mindful of the impact we have and precedent we set for the internet as a whole. Terminating security services for content that our team personally feels is disgusting and immoral would be the popular choice. But in the long run, such choices make it more difficult to protect content that supports oppressed and marginalized voices against attacks. I mean, dude, this is my... man.
Are there any more marginalized voices than the Kiwi farmers themselves? In society, I would say everybody marginalizes the Kiwi farmers, and the very few people actually stand with them. And I've declared my allegiance. I'm standing with the farms, and that's it.
Oh, dude, here's the thing. I've had shit written about me and my friends on the forums.
Yeah, me
and
too.
Dude, it's fucking crazy, right? And they didn't. I have to say my alleged docs, right? Because they fucking didn't get that right. But
Nice.
it's fucked. It's really fucked. You have people just talking shit, and it feels bad if you fucking read it. If you don't read it, it's fine. Just don't fucking read it. Like, it's not that difficult.
Didn't your dumbass brother even try to dox you or some shit?
He's the one who made the thread.
Yeah, what a fucking idiot.
I don't know if it was him making the thread on Gothic Sushi, who was the one he was actually going after. We just all got roped into it. Or if he just posted the longest thing in there. To my understanding, it's all gone now. But who knows? Like I said, I don't want to look at that fucking site and see my name on it because I'm gonna be tempted to click on it and it's just gonna make you it's so easy to spiral with that shit because you're like, this is lies, this isn't true. Let me refute all of it. Like, I could understand if that's what Keffels was doing, and she was kind of like going sort of crazy because she's like an obsessive, like neurotic or something. But Keffels is like not like the stuff that's there are her own fucking words, the things he's actually done and said. But they're also dead naming and misgendering or whatever the fuck she's saying. I'm like, bitch, so what? So like, I can't stand the whole idea of misgendering and dead naming.
It doesn't make, like, who cares? Like,
well, not
honestly,
just that.
shut up.
She misgendered Joshua Moon's mom and immediately goes, I don't care. So
Yes.
like, oh, okay. Like, look, then I don't care when people do it to you, dumbass. Like, I don't know what to say to that. Like, when people call you fucking Lucas, but you're sitting here going, like, just say, oh, I made a mistake. Oh, it was a typo. Instead, you go, oh, I don't give a shit about any of that. Then why the fuck should I? You're the trans person, you dumbass. You're the one who makes it all about your fucking pronouns, you dumb bitch. Why the fuck would I care when you're telling me you don't give a shit? Because you're being harassed and everything. Like, fuck off, man. Like, I can just tell these people don't actually deal with anything serious because, like, dude, I had to grow up, you know, after like fucking 9/11, being in this country as a kid. I had people follow me down the street. I got beat down in the fucking street. I got beat down at school, and the principal told my dad that I need to stop instigating things. Like, fuck, man.
I mean, were you wearing a turban?
You're right.
I mean, you know, maybe justified. I don't know.
But you see, like, that's the thing, right? You make that joke, I think it's fucking hilarious.
It is funny, but I mean, as I've gotten older, like, you know, I used to like be pretty anti-Islamic, and now I look at it and I'm just like, damn, they're kind of right about the LGBTQs. So I kind of like them now. You know,
here's the thing, and it's very difficult for people over here to understand it, because there's a lot of propaganda, and I think that it's intentional too. But and also the fucking stuff that goes on in the Middle East, I get it. But you know, Islam, Judaism, Christianity, it's all Abrahamic religion. I mean, there's far more similarities than there are differences in the actual teachings and beliefs. But when it comes right down to it, most Muslims are very, very old world and see things through I would say see things through a lens that is just not modernized the way most other Christians and Jews see it. I think that like it's crazy because if you look at the Orthodox Jews in Jerusalem, their worship and the way they treat their faith and everything is more akin to the way Muslims do. And it's more akin together than it is with Christians over here. But at the end of the day, I think the teachings and the beliefs, they are very, very similar. They try to get across the same messages. There was this hilarious troll, and I can't remember. I think it was in New York or California. It was one of those areas. But some group went around and they posted the things that said Islam was right about women. And everybody in the neighborhood started freaking the fuck out. And when they asked the actual Muslims in the neighborhood, it's like, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, no. Islam just says that men and women are meant to be together. They complete each other. That's it.
Fair.
Right? But you have people when that. So if I say Islam's right about women, you know for a fact, if I said that, the first assumption in people's minds are, oh, what Crow is saying is he wants his wife to stay at home, rear the children, and never be allowed out in public with her face showing. And I'm like, goddamn. There's no way of really bridging together basic agreements because there's all this other shit that stands in the way of that.
Mostly because it's heresy, but yes.
So when you talk about Islam being right about the LGBT movement and everything, dude, look at what happened in the UK. They tried shoving this shit into a school that had predominantly Muslim students, and the parents showed up every single fucking day protesting and demanding that they go back to teaching math, science, English, and that was it. They said fuck this, fuck you. You're not teaching our kids about being gay and others and all this other crap. The school folded. Because the difference,
Beautiful.
I'll say this
Americans
right now,
Americans are lazy, is what it comes down to.
It goes beyond that. You go to Muslim communities, especially over in the U.S., very, 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 very overtly protective of their kids. Over like here, very fucking different with most I would say like goddamn Indian families, most Asian families have that exact same mentality.
Yeah.
Mexican families, same way. But like, dude, white families over here don't give a fucking shit. Black families over here don't seem to give a fucking shit about
There
what
are
goes
no
on with
black
their
families.
kids.
I mean, that's
well,
let's
yeah.
be
Actually,
honest.
let me take that back. The black families do, but the problem is there just aren't that many. White families don't fucking care. Yeah.
Yeah.
White families over here just don't fucking care. So that's why when shit happens in the
stupid.
school. Well, yeah, like, dude, how many like conservatives will complain about schools, but then they want to send their kids over to fucking university where they know what goes on there, but they just don't like it's like you need to like stand up against that. Like, I get it. You want your kid to be a doctor, you want your kid to be a lawyer. Okay, then you need to spend the fucking years of time you need to help them get into a school, get them the education that they need where they're not going to be fucking indoctrinated. You can't just send them there and cross your fingers and hope they don't come back and want to stab you in the fucking gut.
I know.
What is this? Crow, I am the gay atheist and I cannot even argue with Eastern Muslims anymore. No, you can't. You can't because we're right.
You'll be the first person on the cross, Ty Ironclaw. First person.
Oh, we don't do crosses. We
Oh.
just bury you. Yeah, we bury you in the sand up to your neck and we just toss stones at your face.
Oh, yeah, that seems more effective.
Oh, it totally is. Because, like, look, if you tie them up to the cross, like, look, they can get down, right? Like, especially if they know how to, like, I mean, they can. Like, you tied them up there, right? If you dislocate your wrist, like your thumb, you can, like, slip out of the knot and everything. But, bro, you ain't going anywhere when you're buried up to your fucking neck.
That's a good point.
Right? Like, hey, I'm just saying, when it comes right down to it, look, the Arabs of the world have created the most efficient ways of punishment. You steal, we chop off your fucking hand. We don't talk about how you're forced to do it and how the king didn't give you enough fucking bread or fucking coins or whatever the fuck you needed. You steal, you lose your fucking hands. You know what that means? You're either a really good thief or you never fucking steal. Over here, though, what do we get? Like, you fucking loot, you riot, you burn for like months on end, and they give you a slap on the wrist. Bro, that shit don't fly anywhere else.
You might not even go to jail now in some cities because they don't have the budget for it. Hashtag defund the police, right? Like San Francisco.
Well, see, again, the Middle East has resolved this issue because, look, if you harm a child there, bro, you ain't making it to the police. If you do that to somebody's kid there, you're not making it to the police. It's a very different fucking world than it is over here. That's why I think like over here, people have gotten so like lackadaisical, and I think that before all of this is going on, there was so much trust in the public school system to just do what it's supposed to do, so that the parents can go to work. And now it's like, no, you got to think about it, because if you don't think about it, you're going to be in like camp with fucking Keffels. Keffels is going to start talking to your kid, and then what are you going to do? This story, bro, actually, because I want to get into more of the funny Keffels stuff, but as far as like why I really have issues with the bullshit that comes from Keffels and their supporters, they're always going on about, we need to do this for the children, right? We need to ignore what the parents are saying because the parents are bigots. The parents don't fucking care about these kids. So we need to decide. We need to decide how it's going to be. This California mom, her daughter committed suicide, right? And this whole story is like fucking tragic because essentially the kid was depressed. And the kid when
God,
they
this is
are
awful.
This is a terrible story. Okay, and when I talk about like them just flat out brainwashing and indoctrinating this girl, when the girl is 7, 8, 9 years old and everything, she's a girly girl, princess, not a tomboy whatsoever at all. She starts going to school, she gets bullied, people call her ugly, all the type that type of shit. And she starts getting depressed. So the mom asks the school, can you please keep an eye on my daughter? She's not been feeling too well, because of the bullying and everything. She somewhere along the way, right? The girl goes to high school and is told all about how it's so important that she moves forward with transitioning to being a boy because that's the only way that they're going to be happy.
Oh,
right?
Geez.
They have to do it, and they need to do it now.
I can see the little high school counselor. So, your depression maybe because you just don't feel right in your own body. It's like you really should have been something else. Don't you feel that way? Oh yeah, you do feel that way. Okay, great. Okay, so you're really a boy. You ever think about that?
Well,
You ever think about that? I think about that all the time. I've got
God.
pictures of it on my hard drive. Sorry. We're talking about transitioning you, not me. Yeah, that's what it's
God.
like. It's so come on, who gets into these positions, right?
Dude, it's so fucked because there are many children who don't feel comfortable in their body, right? Or have some issues with their body. There are some children who are just overweight. There are some children, I hate to say it, that just look fugly, right? There are kids that get like terrible fucking acne and nobody will talk to them, right?
Yeah.
It will cause them to become depressed. And when you have some fucking trans activist asshole show up and start telling them that the reason why they're not comfortable in their body is because maybe they're trans and that will make them better and start love bombing the shit out of them, while at the same time saying, oh, don't tell your parents they're Catholic, which is what happened here. So the school decided to never tell the mom because she's Catholic until they had already started transitioning their daughter. Then the mother is like begging them, please, my daughter needs a psych eval. Please, my daughter's been depressed for a very long time. Please, she was bullied. Please. Daughter tries to kill herself. The school steps in and says, okay, look, we need to move the daughter away from the parents because the parents are causing this. The mom goes to court every single month.
That's insane.
The mom goes to court every single fucking month, right? This apparently bigoted, transphobic parent who hates her daughter, right? Goes to court every fucking month to get her daughter back. And every single time she begs the judge, please, for the love of fucking God, do a psych eval on my daughter. And you know what the school counselor comes in and says? No, you see, this is the problem. Because the mom's not accepting the identity of the daughter as the son now, as Andrew, because that's the name that they decided that they're going to give this kid. That's what the problem is. The kid doesn't need a psych eval. Nobody needs to give this kid a proper examination. We just need the parents to shut up, stop talking about God, and acknowledge their transition. The mom continues to go to court every fucking month, begging them. And the judge just says, no, you need to do what the school is saying. Well, the kid's in foster care, kneels in front of a train. Yeah.
Fucking horrible.
Dude, it's awful. You took a depressed child, right? A child that was dealing with depression because of school bullies, not because of fucking gender dysmorphia or any of that shit. And you made them hate their fucking parents. You told their parents not to talk about God in front of the child because that would encourage them to kill themselves. This is everything that happened here, right, should be fucking deeply illegal. It really should have been deeply fucking illegal. You know what's the worst fucking part? You just know that Keffels and every sick and deranged jackass like her will turn around and say the reason why the kid killed himself is because of the parent. The parent who fought every fucking time to get their daughter back.
Yeah, the grifters like Keffels use this as a, like,
This is why they need me.
to try to rally up their little troon community to give them money. That's all. It's sick, is what it is.
Oh, it's disgusting. It's so fucking disgusting. This story is heartbreaking because, like, the other story that I'd known about was the story in Florida, right, where that actually led to the Parental Rights and Education Bill. But this whole story, it tells you exactly what's wrong with this whole idea of not informing the parents of what's going on, because the parents do know better. The parents absolutely do know better. At least better than these fucking schools do. Because there's just too many stories of shit like this happening. And when it gets pointed out to these fucking assholes, they'll turn around and say, no, it's actually it's the parents' fault. They gaslight, they lie, they deny, and then they'll downplay it. Actually, so did you watch that Ricada stream last night?
No, the U.S. Open's on. I'm watching nothing but tennis the next, 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay, so this was really funny. So this guy comes in as a geneticist, right? That's his profession. He called out Nick as being a bigot, transphobe, all this shit, right? So Nick actually pulls up this tweet, right? Because this is a whole disagreement this guy had, and I apparently, according to this geneticist, if you take a 12-year-old child and put them on puberty blockers until they're 18, realistically they might be a little bit shorter, but nothing bad is actually going to happen. That's insane, right? But Keffels said that I used to help run a youth group for trans people ages 12 to 20, and we helped them by directing them to informed consent clinics where they could start taking hormones, and showed them how to use the medical system to get it covered by government health insurance if they need it. Keffels is helping 12-year-olds get onto HRT, right? But this guy who's on with Nick Ricada and is a Keffels supporter said that is harmful to children, because look, if you don't
obviously
put them on puberty blockers, but you give them hormones at the age of 12, you could permanently damage the kids. Keffels doesn't know that because Keffels isn't a fucking doctor. Keffels continued to push fucking hormone treatment for kids. Now Keffels is pretending that never happened, right? Which you would hope would mean, hey, I guess that means Keffels is no longer going to do this shit, but we all know that's not how it works. I was actually blown away.
We know Keffels is like not only doing this shit, but like making strange flirty comments to like really young transitioning boys online too. We have document to that. That's why Keffels wants the KiwiFarms taken down, because that's there.
God. Oh yeah. So
This
same guy came in and fucking tried to lie about that shit too. And he's like, every single person that received a cat collar on Catboy Ranch has come forward. There was only 4 of them, and they were all adults. And I'm like, so I guess we just have to trust that Keffels didn't send more than 4 collars. And we also have to trust that these individuals are telling the truth about not being minors when they received them. I don't believe that, right?
No, I don't buy it either.
Did you see I don't want to pull it up on screen, but you see the fucking one tweet where she's getting the cat boys pregnant or something? And like someone even replied, hey, don't you have minors on that server? Like, come on. I'm not even going to pretend that it's not a fucking possibility, or it doesn't err far more on the side of, yeah, it's probably what occurred. How many times has Keffels come out and defend fucking maps?
all the time.
I can't.
So
I have somebody that's like defensive of people that are into children, right? I have somebody that likes the idea,
likes flirting with them barely legal there, you know.
Yeah,
that's always
yeah. And also Keffels thinks that, you know, parents don't consent, but children have the right to consent. Buddy, anytime somebody tells me a child has the ability to consent, I'm like, dude, no. No. And I'll just say it flat out. I think you might be a fucking pervert.
Oh yeah,
because that's always where that shit goes.
They're always perverts when they're, you know, into this stuff.
That's always where that shit goes.
Come on.
Yeah, no one knows a child better than a parent. Well, Keffels does. Keffels knows all. Yeah, Keffels knows them quite intimately. She knows them deep down. Deep down. Okay. Fuck, dude. She's so fucked, man. This whole thing has just ended with Cloudflare basically telling her to fuck off. But I saw probably one of the funniest things today. It was was it The Guardian? It was one of those fucking websites. No, Bloomberg, right? This shit had me fucking dying. Cloudflare urged to cut ties to site that promotes harassment. Cecilia, August 30th, 2022. And I'm not even going to bother saying the last name. Cloudflare hints it won't cut ties to site linked to harassment. August 31st, Cecilia. It hinted? It told you to fuck off, you dumb bitch. God damn. I was like,
gosh,
God.
That's a bizarre headline. Like, I mean, especially as a like clickbait, you want to make something sound as extreme as possible. So you don't want to use words like hint because it seems like it's not that extreme. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah,
I don't know.
I think that they're just like walking the line on it. Because look, I'll put it like this. If Keffels wants to say that the KiwiFarms is like, you know, all there to harass people, fine. I mean, Keffels is basically openly admitted to harassing people. I mean, Keffels admitted to harassing Joshua Moon and his mom. Like, based on their definition of what harassment is, Keffels is engaged in like flat out harassment campaigns against people. She's currently engaged in one right now. But that's all okay. See, here's the thing. They don't deny that Keffels is doxing people. They don't deny that Keffels, you know, leads. I mean, they won't use the term harassment campaigns. They'll just, you know, acknowledge everything she's doing in them and then say it's totally justified because Keffels is trans and the people that she's doing it to want all trans people dead. So that makes it 100% A-okay to dox their mom and try to get her job taken away from her.
Yep.
Oh, hold on. We got a guest. John, what's up, buddy? Oh, yeah.
Hey, John, how you doing, bro?
What's going on, boys? You guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Just hanging out on the internet. Sure. Another night. Yes.
So that's a beautiful thing.
What?
Beautiful thing.
Keffels?
Keffels?
No. It's a beautiful night.
I mean, look, I'm not going to judge.
It's a beautiful thing, you know, when we live in a world where Sam Hyde can jokingly threaten Hassan Piker. It's great.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Dude, that was great. Well, no. His reaction was fucking better. The fucking Hassan reaction.
Oh, it's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, him banning people for it. Yeah, it's good stuff. So wait, who are you talking about? You talking about Keffels?
Yeah. She lost her war to shut down KiwiFarms today. This is the same person that was saying that they should disbar Nick Rekieta, who's the Harvard Cyber Law Clinic.
Speaking of Rekieta, did you see his little debate last night?
I saw it. JDA didn't.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I'm watching tennis, guys. I mean, it's more important. Serena Williams is out there. She's 40 fucking years old and doing this.
Well, you can't like Serena Williams. You're racist, and she's black. That doesn't make any sense.
But I have to. She's Serena.
Okay. Wait, what? No intro? No, I don't have intros on this channel. I don't. This is my first day streaming. You know what I have? This is what I have for you guys. Quality entertainment. Dude, no shit. That is from the fucking She-Hulk show. This bitch wanted to get punched. Dude, this show is fucking wild, right? Because apparently it was going to be even worse. The fucking Titania scene, she's supposedly going to like fly in, and the actress wanted She-Hulk to punch her in the fucking pussy. I'm like,
wow.
And then I'm like, bro, I wish that you had done that, and that had been the fucking scene in the show, because I did not think it was possible to make that show more of an embarrassment. But had you have done that, fuck. Like, I really don't think you could have topped that moment in TV history. Never mind intro leaked.
Well, I mean, you could. You just cancel the fucking show.
Oh god,
they probably should at this juncture. I don't know.
Dude, have you seen the fucking Namor actor?
No.
No.
Yeah, they showed who's going to be the next Namor in his Namor.
Oh yeah,
costume.
I did. I lied.
Oh,
it looks. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
What did you think?
It looks. He just does not look like Namor. That's all.
He's a little bit of a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little chunky.
A little chunky for a fucking
for an under the sea swimmer sort of dude. Yeah.
Yeah. The guy who swims every fucking day.
They made him like Aztec or something. So what is he supposed to be, like Mexican now?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Something, dude. Like, I can't take it seriously. Like, fuck, man. It's hilarious to me.
What's
right?
up, fuckers? Why you guys gotta fuck with Atlantis, huh? Huh? What the fuck?
It's pretty good.
Oh fuck, dude, that'd be great. Dude, it's the man. You keep fucking putting this shit out there, and telling us like, oh, the diversity is the most important fucking thing, right? And then the show fucking fails, right? And I'm really trying. I'm desperately trying not to be fucking racist. But like, if you're gonna keep telling me that the only good thing in the show is the fucking diversity, and it just sucks, right? My thought process at this point is, if you just took the diversity out, maybe the show wouldn't be shit.
It's usually correct, but the diversity starts in the writer's room by John is kind of where it becomes shit. So they hire these shit writers to write these shit scenes, for their shit. And that's where the real diversity problems are. Because look, if I made a movie myself or whatever, not that I directed or anything, but if say I had a competent director and things like that, and then I like hire a Zendaya to play a character or whatever, and who's that guy who played Jimmy Olsen in Supergirl who's black? I don't remember. But say it was like that as a cast, I'd still be able to make a good movie because I wouldn't write it like shit, So the diversity in the writer's room is the problem, because they're just not hiring people who have talent knowing how to write, and I think it starts there. Am I by myself? Can you even hear me?
Shit. Oh,
hey,
shoot,
welcome
sorry.
back.
Yeah, no, might cut out for just a quick second. No, I don't disagree with what you're saying there, as far as it starts in the writer's room. But yeah, I mean, look at She-Hulk, right? That show is like a self-insert of the writer's room.
Yes.
It's like wine fucking moms and shit, wine ants and shit. It's like 30-plus-year-old women that are barren, depressed, single, and it's like you can just fucking feel it off of the character. Yes. And then you go into those, you watch those interviews, and I'm just shocked by the fact that Disney still has them doing interviews. Like, just fucking don't. Like, what is the actual harm going to be? Less people are going to be able to trash the show because they're not going to hear them fucking talking about it. You're still going to put it out there. You still have like fucking TV ads and everything. You just don't do the fucking writer interviews. The Jessica Gao lady, it's become a fucking comedy. She goes on to talk about, oh, I'm this big fan of She-Hulk. I'm a big fan of you. She-Hulk meant so much to me. I used to love reading She-Hulk. And then she forgets the name of the dude who actually wrote the fucking issue. She gives the name of someone completely fucking different. It's like, dude, like, I'm gonna make that mistake, right? Like, I'll make that mistake in casual conversation, but like, bitch, if I'm about to go do a fucking
if I'm
interview
studying
about
the material,
because
about
the show that I wrote,
yeah.
And
the truth is they don't study the material. Like, you always listen to these interviews of these people, and they're like, oh yeah, I've never watched Star Wars before, but they hired me to write Obi-Wan, and and what a great experience. I love Star Wars, and it's like, wait, you said you never watched the fucking. Why would they hire somebody who never watched the fucking movies to write the fucking show based on it? That's insane.
Okay, I will say this. I think it's fucking hilarious that the
funny.
Fucking 60-year-old dude is more jacked than the fucking guy.
They're getting this guy's getting some hate. Mike Diodato. Mike Diodato's an SJW weirdo, and he is getting some hate.
He already issued an apology.
Retarded. But I think that I was like, haha, that is really funny. That's quality quality content right there, for sure.
Oh yeah, I look. I'm gonna leave that up on the screen for a little bit. But
Drake's reading you're reading the ink all. Yeah, Bendis. Oh god, they had Bendis write the forward. Yeah, it's just nonsense. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's such an influential book. Yeah, dude, everybody knows it.
The last Bendis run that I read in literally anything was Ultimate Spider-Man. I have not read anything.
Same.
By Bendis.
You don't need to.
Same. That has to be.
It didn't get better from there, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Like even Ultimate Spider-Man started to go downhill. But the shit with Bendis, like his Superman run, I heard that was just a fucking disaster.
It can't be worse than now, though. I mean, now people are probably looking at it like, man, I wish I had Bendis instead of gay Superman.
Yeah, right. God damn, dude. Now, isn't that crazy though? We have gay Superman, bisexual Wonder Woman, which is like been a thing for a while, right? And now we have bisexual Batman. I'm like, wow, it's kind of
don't forget bisexual Robin. Don't forget you forgot bisexual Robin.
That was created by bisexual Batman.
They turned the DC Trinity into all members of the LGBT.
Oh yeah.
I'm going like, dude. I think who was it? That was another stream, but Cecil like came in. It was just like I think it's like 55% of the female characters in DC Comics are in a gay relationship. It's like, dude, that is not fucking physically possible. In like if you go by actual parity of society, that's not possible. If you quintupled it, that's still not possible. If you made it 20 fucking times, it's still not possible. But yeah, DC Comics is so concerned about oh my god! Actually, I said concerned about representation.
Well,
did you guys?
They're overrepresented. They're overrepresented.
Did you see the self-insert in fucking Vixen?
I don't know what Vixen is.
It's a fucking DC Comics character.
No.
Vixen, she's the one that could
animal
powers of animals and stuff.
Yeah. Animal powers
with her amulet and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So this
necklace or whatever it is.
The author, I don't know if this is like a special like a one of those adult novels on the side or something, or if this was in an actual comic run, but I think it was. But it is completely a self-insert of the author as Vixen's girlfriend, and I'm like, wow.
Oh, geez.
I'm like, wow. And they go, dude, it's as cringe as it's as cringe as you could possibly fucking imagine, because they go on a double date with Harley Quinn and fucking Poison Ivy. I'm like, oh my god. And then so the person that posted it posts 3 panels of the fucking comic, right? Where it's all lovey-dovey and shit and double dating and shit. And then the final image they show is of the fucking author of it, and literally, it's the same fucking person in the book. I'm going like, dude, we're ripping on fucking these anime weebos because they have their fucking precious little waifus, but you have DC professionals putting themselves into books so they can literally fuck their favorite characters. Oh man, I really,
Sounds right. I am not Starfire was pretty much. I mean, it was the same thing. It was Mariko Tamaki putting herself in there with a hot blonde girlfriend in high school.
Okay.
You know, I mean, as a superhero's daughter, it was the same thing.
You think she's living out her fantasies like that's somebody she had a crush on in high school? It's just like,
sure.
oh, I'll finally be with her.
Oh my god!
I'll finally get to be with
The
her.
cheerleader will finally date me.
It probably was. Okay, but
History will not repeat itself.
Okay, so what is it? Mariko or whatever, Tamaki, or is that the name?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, is it more pathetic that she makes herself a self-insert as a superhero's daughter so that she can like live out her high school crush actually liking her? Or is it weirder to literally put yourself in as the fuck buddy of a superhero because you really want to fuck that superhero?
All that shit is fucking weird, man.
You know, which one's weird? Like,
all that shit's
like 1
weird.
to 10. Like, which one would you get the first? Which would you get the second? Because, like, the Mariko Tamaki one is just bizarre as fuck. Because if you just killed Starfire out of that story entirely and did your own unique thing, she could still have her high school fantasy crush.
If we're to assume that, right, that's based off of something that happened to her in high school, right? Because it's an assumption. We don't know if that's true or not. I mean, that would be a little bit more like, I guess, kind of like, okay, that's not, I guess, as bad because it's like maybe you still, I don't know, maybe that was a real universe. That was a very, that was like maybe for her like a turning point in her life or some shit. I don't know, whatever romanticized shit that she wants to come up with, but that would at least be somewhat more like, I guess, expected and normal, I guess. But even still, it's weird. If it were something that she was just playing out on the pages of her own comic and shit, that's still kind of like, it's kind of you gotta let that go. You gotta let that go. You're like what, like, you know, a woman in your 40s, and in your mid to late 40s or some shit. You haven't let that go. Yeah, you should probably let that shit go.
Well, actually, I think there's an even weirder one. Oh god, I'm like going down a rabbit hole now. The fucking Powerpuff Girls. I think it's that one. Dude, it's like one of those shows with like fucking like girls as the main characters or something. And I don't know if it was like the writer or the showrunner, but he self-inserted him as a kid dating her. And I'm like, I think that's like the most questionable one of like all of them. Cause like, dude, that's a kid. That's an actual kid. And you
wasn't it like some neck bearded fat dude or something?
I don't know if I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was. I just remember because someone showed the image of the character, right? And like, yeah, there's like the cartoon images, and then they showed the guy that it's based on, and it looks like it looks like it could be his kid, right? Like
I didn't hear about that. No, I don't think the guy was I don't think he was a fat dude, but I think he was one of those, you know.
Oh, he was one of those SJW types. Yeah, it's just like, man, it's
like I vaguely remember hearing about that. Yeah,
bro, it's fucking strange how many times you see these people wanting to put themselves into these fucking books and shit. Like they used to get like ripped on.
Well, that's what happens when you go to fucking Tumblr to hire people instead of fucking people with with better credentials.
Fucking Tumblr. Tumblr was a mistake. Wait, I saw this. Hold on, I know we moved on from the Keffels thing, but just, do you know anything about this shit?
What shit?
I don't know who this person is. Sophie Label or whatever.
It's time to put an end to stalking.
Learn how you can make the world. Okay.
Okay, so like Harry's saying, oh, they want KiwiFarms taken out or Keffels wants KiwiFarms taken out because they document her and everything. Okay, the same person who wants KiwiFarms dropped because they're stalking and harassing trans people. Keffels is now retweeting the crazy comic artist that used pictures of real life kids for her diaper fur art. Huh. Bro, what? Like, why? Like, dude, no joke, right? Because what they want to call like grooming a slur and everything. How come so many of these fucking people are just like weirdly obsessed with children? Like, I just like, there's a lot, right? And it's always like something fucking strange, right? It's always something fucking weird. They're hanging on Discord servers that are littered with minors, right? This bitch is taking like pictures of actual kids to put in her furry fan art. Like, dude, man, this is just fucking strange.
We've talked about this shit before, Crow. Like, I would really like to have somebody answer the question: what is the edificational value in a trans, stripper, whatever, or drag queen, whatever, sexy dancing in front of little kids? Like, what is it that you hope to accomplish there? You know what I mean? It's just like, what's the deal there? I would love to hear them explain that, because awareness for what? What are you trying to make them aware of?
I will say this. This is the only actual defense to them, not just like being sexually attracted to children. It's the idea that what they're trying to do is indoctrinate the kids as early as possible to thinking this shit is just normal and appropriate.
Normalizing that kind of behavior. That's it. Or the other more nefarious one would be you're in your mind you're trying to get a sexual arousal out of a child, and it's just like,
I think that there are definitely people that go to those events looking to do that, because I mean, come on, you're letting the kids go up on stage half the time and dance. Of course, a fucking pedophile is going to want to fucking watch that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally what. The fucking that cunt mother of that Desmond is Amazing kid, right? My goodness, your little boy is going into fucking gay nightclubs and taking off their clothes for money, and you're in the background shoving all the dollar bills into your fucking purse like a greedy little money whore, right? And I'm like, dude, even if you want to tell me that the person that runs the club and all this other shit, when you see all these grown men tossing cash at your little boy, it's not a single thing that goes off your head that's like, there's probably like a pedophile that's doing that. Like there's one of these guys is going to go home and jerk it to my little boy, but at least I got money for a new fucking car. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
I mean, have you seen that kid's dad? It's just like,
it's just like, what's wrong with them.
No, exactly. Well, the thing is, it makes perfect sense. It's just like, who's in control of that relationship? I was like, oh, I see. You're the one that takes it, Peggy Poulter style. You're that guy. It's just like, okay. You're obviously not the one in control there. You know what I mean? You're not the one with the pants in that relationship. So, he just lets it all happen. So.
All right. I want to play part of that stream with Ricardo from last night, but before that, I did want to talk about this David Zaslav thing and going through DC Comics and just ripping it to shreds. I've been well. So here's the thing. I've
heard of the Zaslav guy.
I don't know what to believe here. I don't know what to believe here, though. I don't think
I'd be interested to learn a little more about him, because this is all kind of coming out of nowhere, and it's a lot,
Well, so so you had these HBOMax execs get fired, right? And they come out and they turn around and they go, "Oh, he blatantly said he doesn't care about diversity. He doesn't give a shit about any of it." And they're going on about how, he's now everybody there is just going to be white or some shit, right? I'm going like, dude, I would be willing to believe this idea that he's just like on this crusade to purge all woke content from the platform, but I don't think that's what it is, right? Because this Harley Quinn show, I mean, dude, I've watched that show. Right? I remember like watching it when they did the fucking they attacked the Zack Snyder fans. I mean, back then, that show was more in line with being woke than another show was, right? That they've had. This show is getting a season 4. Clearly, it's bringing in views. I think Zaslav is just going through and saying, these shows are profitable. These shows have a future. This other shit, we just literally cannot do again.
Interesting.
But because my problem is, you know Doomcock, right?
Yes.
Okay. You know, he's constantly talking about like the war with Kathleen Kennedy and Star Wars and everything.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
and making
and then,
rumors, which, you know, they're rumors.
Yeah. Well, so like he comes out and he spreads that rumor that Zaslav is coming in and he's getting rid of all the woke content and all it's going to be gone and removed. And I'm like, dude, I wish that guy would like not, right? Because I'm like, that's not what this guy's about. I think it's all money. I think it's all profit driven. And this idea that, you know, because if he's going to get rid of all the woke shit, right? And he's already canceling other animated projects for DC. Like there's a Batman cartoon that was going to come out, and it was going to be like set in what, the 30s, 40s aesthetic and everything. And I was like, that sounds interesting. And he was like, nope, we're not going to do it. But we're going to keep the fucking Harley Quinn show. I think it's about profit. I really think that's the only thing this guy gives a shit about. I don't think that we're going to see DC Comics survive in anything that anybody will like, right? Because if I had to guess, you know, those characters can still be used for movies. You can still use them for like cartoons and everything. Yeah. But why would you put the book out if, I guess, what is it? Because if you put the book out, and it fails and it doesn't generate any profit, and you're never generating a new character for them to use because all the characters you produce people fucking hate. I mean, at the end of the day, all DC Comics is just it just loses you money. Maybe not the most money, but like there's literally no profit in pumping out the comic book anymore.
Right.
But for Marvel, I think Marvel's great because Marvel doesn't need to worry about any of this because they're so profitable off of the MCU. Like decades of the MCU turning like, you know, billions and billions and billions of dollars for them. It seems like Marvel, as they're like thumbing down their nose at WarnerBros for doing this, is sitting there just relying on all the money they made in the past to justify their bullshit for like the next 5 to 10 years.
For sure they are. I mean, but they made so much money, it's like nobody ever expected that kind of money ever to exist in humanity. You know, it's like they dominated the film industry, right? So it's they can, you know. I mean, they've got cash to burn. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Hold on. I am going to do one thing really quick.
No.
Yes, just really quick. I have to pee, like really bad.
Oh shit! All right, hi chat, everybody.
Thank you so much. You're awesome.
He's a piss crow, pissy crow. We'll call him Pissy Crow from now on. What's going on? I am John Delarose. I am the leading Hispanic voice in science fiction. You probably already know who I am. Let's be honest. And I'm here just hanging out with my friend Crow's chat, just trying to get his live stream going and having a little bit of fun here. So hit that like and subscribe button, everybody. We are trying to, on my end, I think I'm a little more like, I don't know. How right-wing is Crow? I barely know the guy. I think I'm more right-wing than Crow. I probably am. Got to be right. So I've got a channel, John Delarose, which I don't even have my name spelled on my thing. It's just JDA here, but you can look me up if you want. You don't have to if you don't want to either. So I'm not really here to promote anything right now. But I know Crow. I've been on his other channel once, and that was fun. We had fun with that. He's been on my channel once now. And I actually know him through his brother Dean, because Dean was a little piece of shit and messed with me. And then I just kind of fell into these circles because of that. Actually, it was because of Ty Ironclaw, if he's still in the chat. I think he was the first person that I kind of started to get into these circles because of Ty. Because Ty fought with Saggy Melons when Dean was co-hosting with her for like a hot minute. And so I was like, hey, Ty, I'm fighting with Saggy Melons too. And that's how we became friends. And then I met Origami and Jonimus from that like interaction also. So the reason I'm here is Ty Ironclaw, like 100%. So
Dude, Ty is awesome. Like, I've seen Ty over at Anime Matsuri like the last couple years we went. Dude, fucking, who is it? The fucking, gosh, I don't know if you know the Spitfire guy, but we were at the fucking panel and this motherfucker is like screaming and shouting at Nick and them the entire time. I'm like, dude, fuck off. So this fat fuck goes and tries to sit down next to my wife. I'm like, oh, fuck no. Right? Then he goes back.
Ty?
No, it's not Ty.
Oh.
It's this fucking other asshole. Like the entire time we're at this fucking panel, screaming and shouting over everybody, right? As they're talking is doing it. Then tries to, because we're sitting over at the front, because like we're helping to nurse the fucking hungover and tripping all over himself Cecil. This fat fuck like tries to sit down, and dude, he is so big. We're talking like he needs 2 seats, right? And there's only like one small seat, and so he tries to sit down.
Oh, it's Spirit Junior?
Yes, that motherfucker!
Oh my god!
Yes, yes, him.
Hold on. At Anime Matsuri YouTube. Okay, I'm sure you've seen this, but but this is the best. I'm gonna pull this up and let's watch this because it's just beautiful, and this is related to that. Everybody, here we go. If you're ready, whenever you're ready. You ready? Here we go. Yes. She's about to jump off. She's so happy.
It's like a trampoline, dude.
Oh. Thank you for your service, Anna.
Yeah, the guy's probably still hasn't had a nap, right?
Yes, I know. I love it. It's like slow-mo. You get the zoom.
Look, no, dude just creamed his pants. He can't move.
He totally. Is he just like
look at his mouth.
Foam at the mouth?
Like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. That's gross.
Yes. So I played this on my stream like 3 weeks ago, and I've really never talked to Spirit Junior like ever. And because I mean I just heard that he's kind of weird with the women, and I just don't engage. And so he ends up in my Discord server, and he was on Team Vicky for a while, simping for Vicky and all that shit. But he realized she was crazy now. And I played this on my stream because this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my entire life, up there, except for Keffels. And like I was just laughing about this. And then he actually demands to come on my stream, starts yelling at me the other day.
Oh no!
So I bring him on the stream, and I'm like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Why were you playing that and making fun of me?" I'm like, "Because it's funny." Why? You're getting fucking stepped on by Anna, that Star Wars girl, laying on the ground, looking like you're cooming. What do you mean, why? You know, it's like he seriously didn't get why this is just ridiculous, and he thought it was personal or something. No.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
This is the type of shit I'm talking about, right?
Oh, there he is.
he's squishing two fucking people, right? It's
Was
like
he trying
dude,
to touch your wife's leg? Is that
no,
what's going
it's
on
not my
here?
wife. No.
Oh, it's not your wife. Okay.
This is Ty's.
Oh,
I
that's
believe-
Ty's leg.
No, Ty's family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna say Ty's got a pretty nice scrunchie on his wrist, if that's the case. You know.
Right? Yeah, no, definitely. He is the most effeminate gay man you will find. But no, like literally, right? So this fat fuck kept trying to sit down on top of people, right? He had this entire space to himself, all the way on the far like right end, where he didn't have to sit anyway. There are 3 rows of fucking empty chairs in this photo that this bastard could have fucking sat in. This motherfucker chose to keep sitting down next to women so he could like squish them with his fat.
Gross.
Dude, and he smelled so bad.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Spirit Junior. Jeez.
Oh man, it's like wet.
Gosh.
Oh god, it's like a wet dog, but there's no fur. So it's like, where's that smell coming from? I
Was
almost
your
wanted to kill him
sister?
because he
Oh
kept-
no.
Yeah. I didn't
Oh,
want to say it was
Ty.
his sister, but like, yeah, no,
Oh,
dude,
brutal.
he was pissed. Like I felt bad for Ty because it was like the moment this fat fuck tried to sit down like where my wife was, I was like, no. I think we were told like someone had already been
And
sitting.
you can't say anything, Ty, because he might roll over on you and squish you, and you might not. You know, you might be dead. Yeah.
Oh man, this guy is like fucking crazy. That
Oh,
that
man.
fucking the whole thing with people stepping on people at the convention, that's hilarious to me. But this dude, it was something else. And you know what? I gotta say though, it's kind of on Anna. The guy asked to be stepped on, right?
Yeah, and he's probably paid a lot of money to her.
No,
super
it was-
chats or whatever.
I don't think that's what
No?
it was. No. It was more of like just a thing that they were there. Like everybody was kind of pissed off. Dude, Spirit Junior the entire time was shouting over them as they were talking. So like, I don't think that's what it was. But Anna jumps, like climbs up on top of him and then jumps off. I'm like, you didn't need to do that much. You gave that guy way too much. And look, he's incapacitated. She
Yes,
almost
I know.
she almost sent him to
insane.
heaven. Bro, this guy is so big. He can't fucking masturbate. That much excitement caused his heart to pump so fast. We could have been dealing with like murder. You have no idea, dude. This world's full of weird kings. I think the best one was Lofty getting stepped on by Nick Ricada. That was the best.
Yeah, Lofty's a Nick Ricada simp too. So.
Yeah, totally. Okay. How much time do you got, buddy? Because
I'm ready to go watch tennis whenever. Like I'm happy. It's the U.S. Open, man, and the number one in the world's playing right now, and I'm missing it.
I'm so grateful for you, like skipping out on the U.S. Open to be here. Okay, tell you what, I was gonna play more of this. I was gonna play more of this, but since you haven't seen it all, you gotta watch this. And
I should go watch it.
You should really go watch this. I'll play one clip from it.
Okay.
Okay. I think I can't remember who posted, but I know Ricada retweeted the clip that I wanted to pull specifically anyway. So let me just get that ready. Because this part was the whole thing where you had a Keffels supporter come in as a geneticist, get shown that tweet, and then continue to sit there and argue. Thing right here.
On both sides make the mistake of referring to
No,
former
both
beauty
sides
bloggers.
fucking bullshit. We're talking.
No.
I said
You
HR.
and
No,
Keffels
listen to me.
both
I
make the
said
same mistake. Oh
HRT.
my God.
I said HRT, and you said, "Well,
And I
did
corrected
Keffels
you.
say? Did Keffels say HRT or purity bloggers?" And I said, "I don't know. I don't remember." Here we are.
No, I said, did she
HRT.
get- I said, did she get them HRT or blue beauty blockers?
Well,
And then
what
I
did
talked
she
about the
get them?
charity. She got them puberty blockers.
How do you know? She says HRT.
No, because giving a 12-year-old HRT, hormone replacement therapy, giving a 12-year-old cross-sex hormones
what's that?
is actually dangerous, medically dangerous. Like that's
Oh,
just
is it
not a good
medically
idea.
fucking dangerous to give a 12-year-old HRT?
Because you have to block hormones before you start giving people cross-sex hormones.
So
Otherwise, you're going to have
minute.
an absolute hormonal.
So wait a minute. Your problem with my statement of taking Keffels at their fucking word and saying if you give HRT to children, you belong on the fucking wall. Your statement was fucking wrong, and my statement was legitimately correct.
Let's go,
and
Nick.
I don't want people giving HRT to children, right?
Yes, but then
I
asked
God,
you.
why are we even here anymore?
Dude, okay. He was on that stream, because Mercado streams like for fucking hours.
Oh, dude, I've been on. Man, he just never stops.
6 fucking hour stream. 3 hours of this was dedicated to this asshole. There's another time here. Like, Mercado fucking goes off on this guy. But I thought the best part was here. And then there was a moment where he's like, you want me dead in the streets? And the guy goes, no, I just want you banned off YouTube. So I can't make any money. And then he goes, well, you're a lawyer. He goes, well, you guys want me disbarred, right? He goes, yeah, I don't think you I think you should get disbarred too. It's like, then what the fuck, man? Like, I hate how dishonest these people are, right? And then after
they just want to ruin people they don't like, and that's all it comes down to.
It got better because like Nick's points out 3 separate times where this guy was just flat out wrong about what he had been assuming about Nick, right? Nick points it out to him, and he's like, yeah, well, I still think you should. I think you should lose your platform. I think you should be kicked off of YouTube. I think you should be disbarred. And then he goes like, and then so Nick starts like going off on the guy. He's like, whoa, why are you mad? Why are you mad? It's like, bitch, are you kidding me? You talk to a father of 5 and you tell him you want him removed from YouTube so he can't make any income there. And you also want him disbarred so he can't be a lawyer anymore. And then you openly state that, yeah, the things you said about him were wrong, but you still think that he should lose everything. Like, I'd be pissed too, right? Like, I'd be fucking livid. Can you imagine, bro, can you imagine having 5 fucking kids and then literally losing everything because you voiced an opinion that some asshole misinterpreted, got wrong, and then doubled down on? You'd be livid, right?
I'd be 100% livid. Yeah.
The you mad bro shit it works when someone's getting upset and irrational over something that doesn't matter. When you're openly saying that you want someone to lose literally their entire life and you're going to advocate for it over fucking lies, bro, that's exactly the time to lose your fucking mind and call this guy a piece of fucking shit. And it was great, dude. Like, the fun stuff about watching Nick do these things, because he's a lawyer, he humanizes himself first, he cracks a lot of jokes, so he lowers people's guards, and then he just goes for their fucking throat. And this asshole went through the entire thing. Goes from one moment talking about playing fucking Pokemon with Nick to Nick just bopping on the fucking head out of nowhere.
Crazy.
How can this fucker call himself a
geneticist?
Yeah,
right. Jeez.
He's an expert. He's an expert in geneticism. He just doesn't understand how words work. Anyways, JD, I appreciate you coming on tonight. I know you want to go watch the US Open.
No worries. Yeah, I'm actually flying out there next week to watch it in person. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Well, I hope you have fun.
I'll be there for the semifinals and the finals, and I'll be off YouTube for like 10 days. So this is probably the last my show that I'll be doing before I'm like gone for a bit. So it's good stuff. No. We got to get you to 5K and beyond. Everybody subscribe to Crow because he had a great channel and then YouTube fucked him. So you need to get it going again for our bro here.
Hey man, I appreciate the kind words. And chat, if any of you guys aren't already, I have JDA's channel linked in the description below. Make sure you go subscribe over to him. I'm going to be doing probably just to start out with 1 stream a week, specifically because I got to get the watch time up on the channel. It's crazy. I have the subscriber count and I'm off by like 1,000 watch hours.
That's crazy. I've never heard of somebody not having the watch hours, but having the subscriber count. That's interesting.
Well, yeah, because
I know why, obviously.
Yeah. But it's like, dude, I'm like, I really, really, really need to fucking work on that. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I know a lot of you guys stayed in for the full show, so I mean, it means a ton to me. John, thank you so much.
No problem.
Please, you gotta fucking watch this shit. It is the funniest fucking crap you'll ever see out of the fucking.
I watched his. I watched the Joshua Moon interview, and that was really fun.
Well, so okay. This entire thing is great because this asshole keeps trying to reference back to the Joshua Moon interview, and he just keeps getting things wrong. It's it's awesome. Funny. It's great. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much again, John. I really appreciate you. That's it for the stream, everybody. Hopefully, we'll see you here next week for the next stream. And I guess I have to go look for a guest for Wednesday.